we need to be able to remediate that so that folks can actually live there with some peace of mind and some comfort. You've got the nasty thing that I like to call the nightmare on Warmwater Cove over here, the Peturo power plant. It's supposed to go, it's going to go soon, the Transbay cable will come in, but all these disastrous things that have affected the health and well-being of the community, I look at them as opportunities. Just as David's done with rail, just like taking the waste grease and turning that into biodiesel. I'm also part of the biofuel recycling cooperative. I'm on its board of directors, and we worked with the San Francisco Public Utilities Commission and created the grease cycle program. So we go around to all of the restaurants in San Francisco and collect that grease, turn it into biodiesel. The byproduct of making biodiesel is glycerin, so it's a total sustainable circle. And those things got me thinking, and probably got a few other folks thinking, that that kind of vision of turning waste into energy, or as I like to say, you know, waste into work, junk into jobs, trash into treasure, was something that this district needs. And I have a vision for it. I'm working on a green jobs program with the PUC, which is going great. We're doing a whole new pilot program with these kinds of things. And I think as we move forward, we have to pay special care to our community, the needs that we have. We have a $500 million budget deficit. And I told Supervisor Pesky when I met with him on Monday that, you know, we'll only chip away at this thing. But getting the community to work together, to foster these public-private partnerships, to get the kind of community benefits that we need to ensure that there's smart development, that we live in a clean and healthy environment is the way to go. And with your help, come next November, hopefully we can join forces and do that together and make San Francisco and District 10 everything it deserves to be. So I want to thank you guys for coming out.
You're going to tell how you're going to unite the community too, right, Eric?
Yeah, I'm going to unite the community. Thank you. Roland Washington, one of my biggest...
No, it's church. So right here, the other one, Eric's going to unite the community. What about the kids and stuff? The green jobs?
Kids are part of it. Look, I'm on the board of directors of Literacy for Environmental Justice. On Earth Day, it's going to open. And it's going to be the first platinum certified off-the-grid building in San Francisco. It's got its own solar. It's at Heron's Head Park. And I invite everybody to come out there. It's right next to the rail yard where the goats are. You can come see
End of Cargo Way.
End of Cargo Way. You'll be able to come out there. Sunday Streets, I've talked to those folks in the Streets blog and the Bicycle Coalition. We're going to set up a stage, a tent. There's going to be generators. And folks will be able to visit the Eco Center and come out there and see what we're doing. And it should be really, really special. Sunday Streets is going to come through District 10 twice. So that's going to be really, really fun, and I invite everybody and their whole family. I think Sophie came out last time with her little bike helmet on and riding around with the goats. So,
what about how you feel about the resources with the schools, man?
The resources with, thank you, Mr. Washington, good question. Someone else just mentioned to me about the horrific budget cuts. That's going to be tough. That's going to be really, really tough. I mean, you know, one of the things that I talked about the other day with, for example, Supervisor Campos, is a lot of these things come before him after the deed is already done. He's not able to do too much about it. I'm hoping if Mr. Campos is the self-styled sheriff, I'd like to be the deputy. I want to scrutinize all of these contracts. I want to look for waste. I want transparency, and I think we can do it. I think we can do it. It's not going to be easy. I mean, it's going to be tough. I mean, we've got a joblessness rate here which is ridiculous. We have an out-migration of the African-American community, once at 6% and dwindling. I believe that the Asian Pacific Islander population is now the largest in District 10, followed by the African-Americans, then followed by Caucasians and Latinos. I mean, it's changing rapidly. But I think this community still deserves great representation. I'd like it to be African-American representation, since this is the largest African-American community in the city, next to the Western Addition. And look, all the eco-literacy, all the things that I talk about, the things that Ledge does, those things resonate. I do a show on KPOO FM with Roland every other Tuesday, the community worker. Yesterday we had some kids on that are with the Old Solar Living Institute in Hopland. You, Celia and Meredith, will be happy to hear about them. Your stock has gone to good work. They showed up. Real good work. They showed up in the Western Addition with all their solar panels to do all these houses on Hayes. Hayes North, Hayes East, that kind of thing. They didn't even have the workforce. they showed up and saw the brothers hanging out on Turk Street, just hanging. And they said, hey, you guys want to work? Do you want to do solar? And they put some 50 guys to work.
Wow.
And that's empowering. Next month is going to be African American History Month, Black History Month, if you will. And I invite everybody to come down to City Hall Friday, February 5th at noon. Roland and I are on the committee. And it will be the history of African American economic empowerment. Mayor Newsom will be speaking. There will be food. There will be stuff in the light court. Tim Simon of the Public Utilities Commission will be one of the keynote speakers, as well as Al Williams. But that story yesterday about these kids, they own that. I mean, now they know about solar. I asked them, can you guys go out and install this anywhere now? They were like, we're ready to go, and nobody's going to mess with it. It's ours. They didn't even know about alternative energy. They didn't even know what the possibilities and the potential is. That's what I want to bring to District 10. And with your help,
they put it on the project too.
And it's on the projects. Thank you for that, Mr. Washington. So with that, I want to thank you all for coming out. I really appreciate this. Thank you, David. Thank you, Michael. Pat, thank you so much.